The start of the square double knit blanket begins in the same way as my octagonal blankets, with an 8-stitch tubular cast on in the round. You could use an ordinary 8-stitch cast on and then just join it. So near the beginning of my main yarn, I'm clamping a slip knot down fairly firmly on the knitting needle, and then I flip my yarn so the yarn leading to the ball goes over the top, and it looks not unlike a lowercase letter D. Make the loop fairly generous underneath, and tension between the slip knot and my thumb here, so I'm maintaining a degree of tension. This is where I want to put the stitches. So reaching forward under that tensioned piece of yarn, I throw the yarn as if to knit and pull it forward, and then a yarn over. So that's one pair of stitches. Come forward, hook the yarn forward under that yarn, and keep on going until you've got 16 stitches. Try not to make them too tight. It's very tempting at this point to hold everything very fiercely, and then you won't be able to tighten the circle up later. Knit one up, yarn over, put your finger on it, come forward, knit the stitch up from underneath, and keep going. Count your stitches, remembering the first one is a slip knot and doesn't count for our purposes. 4, 8, 12, 13, and the last one is a yarn over, which is very wobbly. Now we can slide this towards the beginning of the needle and drop off the slip knot, unpop the slip knot, and holding on to those stitches, gently gather underneath. So that's our first round of stitches. Now we have to divide this into the round. It's easiest to do this in a couple of stages. Slip the first 8 stitches onto a spare needle. 8, and allow it to fold around. So this is 1 to 8, and here is 7 to 16. Slide both of them to the middle of the needle. The next round is simply setting up the double knitting. This is not included in the chart. So making sure not to lose that final yarn over. Take your second yarn. So we've got our main colour and our second colour, and bring in another needle. Although I do most of my double knitting two-handed, at this stage I usually just use one hand because you need the other hand to hold the needles. And I'm using alternative rotation purling. So I'm working 2 pairs onto one needle. Then taking the next needle and working another 2 pairs. Short needles help at this stage. that's half of my round, and I'll do the other half all onto one needle. If at the end you find you're missing the yarn over, it's easy enough to pick up a piece of yarn and purl into it. So there is our preparatory setup before we do round 1 of the square blanket.